All right, so Daniel, at that time the church was closed, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so were all the doors locked at the time? Is that typical protocol for the church? All the doors are locked?
Yes.
And so you know for a fact that if anybody were to get in, they'd have to go through the front doors, correct? Or is there any other way that someone without a key could get into the church?
Supposedly, you can actually go through the garage to the warehouse by just pushing it up. I was told that by Matthew Lowder.
Well, so you've never done it? But Matthew Lowder told you?
Yes.
And VSL Matthew Lowder, correct?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I mean, the big piece of evidence that we have though is Matt. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't really feel like it gets us anywhere, Isaac, because like, I mean, yeah, like it's a big point and it leads us to somebody else, but it's like we have actually no idea if he was here or not, you know?
I don't know. It's kind of weird that he was brought up in the first place, you know, and especially with everything that's happened, and if being able to sneak through the garage door is a perfect alibi of how he got in without being seen and how he got out without being seen. So I feel like it's worth looking into at least. If we don't get anywhere, then we don't get anywhere.
Yeah. Can I see the view real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm not really totally sure, because it's like, you know, I wanted to get us somewhere, but it's like we really have like no clue. Like if, let's see, okay, it's framed up nice, but it's just like, because it could potentially get us nowhere, and then like where do we go from there, you know? That's like, so do you think we should bring him in?
I feel like it'd be a good idea, because as of right now, the only thing we can really do is blame Zach, and that's not what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to free him up.
Okay, well, I guess let's just bring Lowder in then.
All right.
Cool.
The entrance to the garage and its access to the cave door makes this entrance a way for someone to sneak in, destroy the cave, and leave without ever being caught on security cameras. Matthew Lowder is someone that is at the church very often, even without a car. Matthew Lowder will walk or bike miles to get to the church or to the gate for weekday service. The fact that Lowder knows about this entrance makes it a possibility that he destroyed the cave, or at least knows some information we don't. So, we sat him down for an interview.
Whoa. That's so bright.
Okay. All right, so Matthew Lowder, were you at the church on the evening of the 19th or maybe the early morning of the 20th?
But there is one thing about Matthew Lowder that everyone knows.
You know, I've never really had anything to worry about with this character. He's always been a very honest, trustworthy guy.
I'm pretty sure there's 13 disciples, and Jesus just like put one to the corner and was like, "You're coming out later, dude." And then now is that time, and he sent Matthew down, and he was the 13th disciple. I can't even get on his level. But he's also really honest. Like, I'm pretty sure if he kicked a pebble, he would pick it up and say it's sorry, and then come tell me, like, I just kicked this pebble.
And his answer showed that.
Were you at the church on the evening of the 19th or maybe the early morning of the 20th?
I was on the evening of the 19th.
You were at the church on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
This statement is huge. This automatically makes Lowder a suspect as well. With no footage of him entering through the front doors, we were directed to the garage door.
Okay. How did you get inside the church?
I went through the garage door.
Why would he sneak in through the garage? An entrance not seen on cameras, an entrance so close to the cave that it makes it quite suspicious. If he wasn't doing something like vandalizing the cave.
Why did you go through the garage and not the front door?
It was locked.
So, but were there people there? Were there cars there?
Just at the facilities.
But nobody was there to let you in?
No.
So what were you doing at the church during that time? Like, why would you have snuck in through the garage?
Well, that first day, I went to the Bible study, the encounter night with the Voltals, and I went with Dallas and Matt, and so I left my bike here, and I needed it before Tuesday, and I needed that evening of Monday, so I had to go get it right before the night.
We decided to go back and take another look at the surveillance footage, seeing if we could verify his claim, and in the corner of the camera view at 6:28 p.m., you can barely see Lowder pull on the handle and take off out of view. This verifies Matt's claim that he tried walking in the front, but no way clears his name, but it may possibly clear Zach's.
All right, so Matthew, roughly around 6:30, you were seen entering the church. Is that accurate? Like,
Yes, probably around 6:30.
so you went through the garage and then entered the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you entered the cave, was the cave destroyed or were the Christmas decorations still up?
No, everything was fine.
So did you destroy the cave?
Absolutely not. No.
So Matt Lowder entered the church at 6:30, roughly a few minutes after Zach Feist did, but with again no proof of him leaving. Matthew Lowder is now a suspect and also creates the possibility of a 2 or 3-man job. What if Matt Lowder is lying about this? The questions we must ask is why would he do this? First, Matt is known for 2-man job pranks. Him and Matt McGuire, aka Matt Attack, assisted Zach on this yarn prank. They also moved the big VSL letters as a small prank as well. So when Lowder acts on pranks, he does it with a partner. And with no evidence of Matthew Lowder or Zach Feist leaving, it could be a possibility that they destroyed the cave and may have done it with Daniel Paulson. So, as we all know, you've been a part of the Matt Attacks, and you helped Zach prank the cave a couple times. And everyone knows you're not the biggest fan of Christmas. You say it's a pagan holiday and we shouldn't celebrate it. And all these things kind of stack up against you, and you don't have a lot of evidence supporting the fact that you didn't do it. And just like Zach, there's also no evidence that he didn't do it.
One of the pieces of evidence against you is your involvement in, is it called the Matt Attacks?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
With you and who?
It's Matt Attacks. Matt McGuire.
And you? So
Yes.
the Matt's a VSL. And so y'all commit pranks, is it? So y'all prank something and say, oh, Matt Attacks.
Yeah, but like, we never do anything destructive. We like switch out the leathers and we turn off the lights and stuff. But easy fix. Like, once the prank is done, we fix it like straight up. I did not destroy any Christmas decorations.
So the Matt Attacks weren't responsible for the destruction of the cave?
No, not all.
So, okay. So the person that is being blamed, though, is Zach Feist. Do you know if he did it? Do you believe he did it? Is there any truth behind them saying Zach did it? Do you know anything?
I mean, I don't know. Like, he's my AC captain, so I think personally not, but honestly, I just don't know.
So you have no clue
No
as to
clue,
who did it?
man. No, man. I didn't see him, like, that day at all.
But there's no evidence supporting that.
I actually have something that I can show you on that day that I videotaped right when I got my bike. What's up, guys? This is Devos with Matt, and we're getting towards the holiday season. And this morning I was reading Matthew 26, and Jesus himself says to make sure he doesn't come during winter or during the Sabbath. So, if y'all celebrating Christmas right now, you know, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. It's like, and if you're a Bible scholar like me, you know he was born around spring or summer. And so, just don't celebrate Christmas this year, you know? Do something like Hanukkah, because that's real, you know? Hanukkah's real. Like, the Bible actually talks about how Hanukkah and stuff, with the abomination of desolation and stuff. You should celebrate Hanukkah.
Matthew Lowder regularly produces devotional posts and videos to post on social media. And in the video, we clearly see Matthew Lowder in a decorated cave, completely clean. And it shows him riding the bike out of the commons door and rides away and basically cleans his name from the suspect list. But once again, paying close attention to the video, we add yet another name to the suspects. Third year Kyler Clapp. In 2016, now VSL alumni Joshua Yeary produced a mixtape to celebrate Christmas. Kyler, who is one of the most talented freestyle rappers in VSL, closed out the song with a rant saying how much she hates Christmas because of Santa Claus. And with it being her final year, and also the fact that she was at the church, this may have been the time for Kyler to make a big statement. So obviously, we had to bring in Kyler and ask her a few questions.
So Kyler, were you a part of the Christmas rap in 2016 for VSL?
Yeah.
Then can you tell us why you said this?
In this chair and drink hot cocoa all day. Bruh, he ain't even real. Santa is dead. Santa Claus está muerto. He is not. He's dead. He's dead, bruh. I'm finished. Drop the thing.
Oh my god.
So why did you say that, Kyler?
Well, I personally don't like Santa Claus. Because Christmas is about Jesus. So if you couldn't tell by the tone of my voice, I really don't like Santa Claus.
So would your hatred for Santa Claus cause you to maybe destroy the cave's Christmas decorations?
Of course not, because I love Christmas, but I don't like Santa.
Then can you tell us why you were at the church on November 19th?
Trail on the mic, I'ma show you how it's done. Sharknado's on this Christmas track in 3, 2, 1. I rap about Jesus, cause he's the only one sent straight from God, the only true son. Haters gonna hate, saying Christmas time is whack, but they don't speak again when they see my present stacks. But it ain't about that, that's not the reason for this season. If you're thinking like that, call it biblical treason.
Merry Christmas from Shark